A good day to all of you. We are Group 5 and we hope you can lend your ears and time for our presentation. To start off, Costa Rica. Costa Rica is a rugged, rainforested Central American country with coastlines on the Caribbean and Pacific. Though its capital, San Jose, is home to cultural institutions like the Pre-Columbian Gold Museum, Costa Rica is known for its beaches, volcanoes, and biodiversity. Roughly, a quarter of its area is made up of protected jungle, teeming with wildlife, including spider monkeys and quetzal birds. The most prosperous of the Central American Common Market's 5 countries, Costa Rica has a long history of democratic stability and one of Latin America's highest level of foreign direct investment per capita.
Costa Rica's social and economic progress has been remarkable. A strong commitment towards trade openness has been key to attract foreign direct investment and move up in the global value chain. Costa Rica has also shown a strong commitment to preserving natural resources. Challenges to retain, achieve successes, and to continue converging towards higher living standards are substantial. The fiscal situation remains a critical vulnerability. Reform momentum has been extraordinary as a significant number of legal initiatives linked to OECD accession have been finalized. This includes the fiscal reform approved in December 2018, a historic step to restore fiscal sustainability. These reforms would also facilitate the recovery from the COVID-19 shock. In the short term, addressing the coronavirus outbreak is the overarching priority. Once the recovery is established, full implementation of the fiscal reform is critical to restore medium-term fiscal sustainability, ensure macroeconomic stability, and set the basis for higher incomes and wider spread improvements in living standards.
What is Costa Rica best known for? Costa Rica is known for its incredible national parks, where tourists can enjoy some thrilling activities like river rafting, canyoning, cave tubing, and zip lining. It's also one of the best places for animal lovers to discover some interesting wildlife like macaws, sea turtles, and adorable sloths. Temporary foreign of Costa Rica. Costa Rica has 13 preferential trade agreements in force. The trade-weighted average tariff rate is 5.0%, and 64 non-tariff measures are in effect. The government restricts investment in some sectors. The financial sector functioned relatively well in response to the pandemic. The central bank is reduced to the provincial interest rates. The state's-owned bank charged to firms across all sectors, and is regulation on the restructuring of loans.
In 1987, then-President Oscar Arias authored a regional plan that served as the basis for the Esquipulas Peace Agreement, and Arias was awarded the 1987 Nobel Peace Prize for his work. Arias also promoted change in the USSR-backed Nicaraguan government of the era. Costa Rica is an active member of the international community and proclaimed its permanent neutrality in 1993. The country lobbied aggressively for the establishment of the UN High Commissioner for Human Rights and became the first nation to recognize the jurisdiction of the Inter-American Human Rights Court based in San Jose. Costa Rica has been a strong proponent of regional arms limitation agreements. In 2009, Costa Rica completed its third term as a non-permanent member of the United Nations Security Council. In June 2007, Costa Rica established diplomatic ties with China, ending nearly 60 years of diplomatic relations with Taiwan. Costa Rica's relationship with China has grown significantly since the two countries officially established relations. President Arias visited China in October, which among other things resulted in $20 million from Beijing for disaster relief in the wake of the heavy 2007 rainy season. A large chunk of the $28 million of additional Chinese assistance will fund the construction of a new national stadium in San Jose.
The economic policies. In many aspects, Costa Rica is a success story in terms of development. It is considered an upper middle income country, which has shown a steady economic growth over the past 25 years. This growth resulted from an outward-oriented strategy based on the opponents to foreign investment and gradual trade liberalization.
Costa Rica is a global leader for its environmental policies and accomplishments, which have helped the country build its green trademark. The pioneering Payments for Environmental Services program has been successful in promoting forest and biodiversity conversion, making Costa Rica the only tropical country in the world to have reverse deforestation. Property rights are generally protected. Secure interests in both chattel and real property are recognized and enforced. Land registry are times incomplete or even contradictory. The courts well independent and impartial, and their authority is respected. Laws against corruption are generally well enforced, but transitional organizations are able to exploit weak enforcement of laws against money laundering and other financial crimes.
After lowering the rate 6 times between January and October of this year, in its last review, the Central Bank of Costa Rica decided to maintain it at 3.25% because the inflationary rate registers a significant slowdown. The last reduction made to the monetary policy rate was at the end of October, when the Central Bank of Costa Rica reduced it from 3.75% to 3.25%, arguing that the reduction would support the incipient economic recovery process shown by production indicators. Costa Rica in world trade. Costa Rica is the leading merchandise trading nation in Central America. In 1993, Costa Rica was the world's second largest banana exporter, and in 1992 ranked as the 5th coffee exporter. With around 1/5 of world export of banana and about 4% of coffee exports.
The mid-1980s and 1993, the share of trade in goods and services to gross domestic product or GDP rose from 60 to 93%. Main export markets for goods are the United States, the European Union, and the other Central American countries. Preferential treatment granted by United States and measures such as prison export contract and temporary admission under the Maquila regimes introduced by Costa Rica in 1980s have allowed non-traditional export to grow faster than traditional products. In 1993 and 1994, tourism was the major sources of foreign exchange ahead the bananas and coffee. Between 1985 and 1992, import and export of commercial services rose 2- and 3-fold. Tourism accounted for over half services export. Trade policy pictures and trends. Costa Rica conducts its main formal trade relations through the WTO and Central American Common Market. The share of Central American countries in the imports is less than half of that in its export to the region. This gap seems to have widened since 1987. The share of merchandise export destined to non-regional market has risen considerable in recent years.